Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. Hundreds of University of West Florida alumni, students, faculty, and community members spoke out tonight against several recent appointments to the school's Board of Trustees. Dr. Scott Yenner has the most concerned. The Boise State professor has stirred controversy in the past for his radical views and comments about women. And some of his writings have called educated women, quoting here, quarrelsome and medicated. Our WEAR's Hannah James was at the meeting tonight, and what was the message from the group, as you could gather?
Well, Bob, the grassroots effort is called Save UWF. Everyone in attendance tonight believes the University of West Florida exceeds standards just the way it is, and they'd like the university to stay that way.
The recently appointed trustees are a problem for UWF, and beyond that, they're a problem for the Pensacola community at large.
Hundreds of University of West Florida supporters gathered Tuesday in opposition of Governor Ron DeSantis' recent appointments.
They want to rid the programs that politically they don't like.
Attendees and panelists believe these appointments are out of touch with the region.
It's kind of unusual in that these appointees, most of them don't have any real connection to this region or the university. And usually appointments like this are made with the consent of the governed, conversation with local people, input from local leaders. There was none of that.
You know, appointing someone from Boise State to come here who has radical ideas about education, about women, about religion, we're a pretty open, tolerant community here. I don't think that fits for us. Then you look at academic affairs, and they're trying to do away with accreditation, that's the value of the university, it's accredited.
The grassroots effort, Save UWF, believes Yenner's appointment alone could drive students and staff away from the college. They believe that could cost Pensacola $1.1 billion in economic activity.
As a student, I have seen my peers reeling from these events. Female students feel less safe and less welcome. Many students from all demographics are angry and confused. I have even spoken with several prospective students who have canceled their enrollment because of these events.
And I was going to go to UWF, but nah.
Financial supporter of the university, the Bear Family Foundation, has given millions. Belle Bear credits her family's financial support for the successful leadership of current president, Dr. Martha Saunders.
We gave them $5 million to change the name of the College of Business to the Lewis Bear Junior College of Business. And it's only because of the way UWF is doing now.
So this appointment, could it impact what your family's willing to give to the university?
It could. I don't know exactly what the changes would be, but it's going to make some changes that are not good for the University of West Florida. That's my perception anyway.
One of the most important jobs for the Board of Trustees, selecting the president of the university.
The last time we had 8 Board of Trustees appointed to any university was New College, and we saw it completely a hostile takeover happen there.
In January of 2023, during that college's first board meeting with Governor DeSantis' newly appointed trustees, they fired the school president. Former president of UWF, Dr. Judy Benz, was in attendance tonight. She encouraged everyone to speak out.
But one of the things we can do is make it hard for them. We can make it hard. We can constantly say no. We can say this is wrong. You're not supposed to do this to our university.
Panelists say the best way to do that, contact elected officials.
It's incumbent upon us to take what we've learned here tonight and now go do something with it.
The recent appointments must be confirmed by both the Senate Ethics and Elections Committee and the Appropriations Committee. The Board of Trustees are going to have a meeting this upcoming Thursday at 9 a.m. Reporting live in studio, I'm Hannah James, WEAR News.